What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we are back here in the basement for another Basement Squad reaction to who? Mötley Crüe, no less. Mötley Crüe is getting ready to go on a world tour. We're bringing the Wild Side today. Wild Side is one of their greatest songs. They have so many other songs that don't get played on the radio that much, especially off their first two albums. This song here was off Girls, Girls, Girls album, but we're talking Mötley Crüe. You're talking real Mötley Crüe back to Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil. Those albums were iconic. Mötley Crüe is, some people are the glam metal. Listen, when I think of glam metal, I think of bands that like Warrant and Poison, and those are like glam metal bands to me. Mötley Crüe is so far above those kind of bands. Anyway, subscribe, bell notice, like button, drop some comments down below. Tell me what you want me to listen to and react to, and that's what we'll get into on this channel. The link for this video will also be down below. So let's get into it with Vince Neil, Nikki Sixx, Tommy Lee, and Mick Mars, the most underrated guitarist in the metal world. Mick Mars, man. This dude is by far underrated, man. He is an incredible guitarist. Vince Neil brings great vocals. Tommy Lee, of course, on the drums, and Nikki Sixx on the bass. Let's get going with Wild Side by Mötley Crüe. Now you're going to see Tommy coming out here, and the whole drum set is going to be revolving around him. It's pretty incredible. It's actually a pretty incredible sight to see. And you guys, if you weren't aware, there was a time Mötley Crüe kicked Vince Neil out of the band. They kicked him out of the band. How are you going to kick your front man, the best part of your band? Outside of Mick Mars and the guitar, I'm just saying front men, when it came to metal bands and rock bands, front men are huge. When you kick Vince Neil out of the band at that one time, listen, the Mötley Crüe self-titled album was good. It was good. But without Vince, not the same, man. Not the same. They had to bring him back, man. They had to bring him back. You can't get rid of Vince Neil out of that band. You can't. It's like getting rid of David Lee Roth and bringing in Sammy Hagar. No offense to Sammy Hagar. I like him. I thought that it was just a different. It was Van Hagar. You know what I'm saying? You real metal fan, rock fans. Van Halen was Van Halen, real rock band. With David Lee Roth, when it was Van Hagar, not so much. So Vince Neil coming back, genuine Generation Swine, but then everything after that was just fire, man. They bring it real, brought it real. I watched Tommy on the drums right here. Let's get back into it. awesome, man. That's crazy. They bring such an awesome show, the Crüe. They bring a show, especially back in the 80s when they were on fire. They were one of the kings back then, the kings. One of the kings for bringing it real. They bring a lot of party songs, a lot of rock jams, a lot of things like that. I'm a diehard Metallica and Iron Maiden fan. The Mötley Crüe is not that kind of metal. It's not that kind of metal. But it's still great stuff. And Mick Mars, I could put him up against almost anybody in the metal world on the guitar. Almost anybody. Mick Mars is the freaking man that carried that band. Carried this band. He's the only guitarist in the band. And they weren't going to find a better frontman than Vince Neil. Kicking him out of the band, that was dumb. I don't know all the politics behind it, and I don't care. You work together. When you got something going great like that, you got to keep it together. You got to keep that together. They lost a lot of valuable years there, losing Vince, man. A lot of valuable years. Like I said, the self-titled album Mötley Crüe was okay. It was okay, but, you know, it's a new front man, and not the same. Anyway, guys, this is one of their more mainstream songs. It's a great one. It is an absolute great one. I do love it. But like I said, man, with my bands, I love hearing songs that aren't played that often. When I grew up, these were all albums and cassettes. You know, that's what it was like back then. So you had to listen to A-side, B-side. You had to rewind, you know, on the thing and boom, boom, boom and all that stuff. Listening to the thing, rewind. And if you younger guys out here, you have no idea what that was like. Or flip the album over to the B-side. Hope it wasn't scratched. All this type of stuff. So when CDs came out, I was like, oh, yeah, this is great. I can just skip to the next song, skip to the next song. And look how old that is now, right? Technology. Anyway. Mötley Crüe Wild Side, please, again, subscribe, bell notice, like button, drop some comments down below. That's where you'll find this link. And I'm Johnny Basement. I'll be back with another Basement Squad Reacts video real soon. And I am out.